Everybody, Mark with the Government Vault here, and today we have the actual FD23, which is the file that the FBI uses to gather information from their resources, or confidential human resources, is what they call them. And so we're going to take a quick look at that. We'll also make it available in the download section of the video description. So if you really want to view the document yourself, I'll make it available there for you. So this is a very interesting piece of documentation here that people in Congress have been talking about for a couple of weeks now. So this is it here. It's called an FD 1023, and this is the form that the FBI uses in order to get their information from what they would call a CHS, or a confidential human source. And so this is the document that they have that is filled out when information comes from these confidential sources, so whoever they may be. This one here happens to be and it's been redacted, so we don't know names of some information, but this is the file that this talks about Joe and Hunter Biden's involvement with Burisma. And it's actually some very interesting kind of stuff here. So let's take a quick look. I've highlighted some of the relevant points, and what you'll see here is this first started in 2015, late 2015, early 2016, during the Obama-Biden administration when Biden was vice president. The CHS, or whoever this person is, this confidential human source, was first introduced to the Ukrainian national business, or gas business, which is Burisma. That's the name of the company. The purpose of the meeting was that's where this is here, is that Burisma was looking to get involved with U.S. natural gas business, and was looking to purchase a natural gas business in the United States. And they were looking to spend, 20, $30 million in order to do that. But they had some problems that they were trying to address. And one of the things, I'm not sure if they addressed or created more problems with this, but during the meeting, and I'm not going to attempt some of these Ukrainian names because I'll just butcher them. But the confidential human source was made aware that Hunter Biden, so the former president and prime minister of Poland, and Joe Biden's son Hunter Biden were on the board of Burisma. And everyone seemed to think that was kind of an odd thing for somebody like Hunter Biden to be on there. Um, and they were saying that Hunter Biden, and here it is, this Hunter Biden was there to protect us through his dad from all kinds of problems. So they're using Hunter, or Joe Biden, through Hunter as the intermediary in order to avoid issues or help to resolve problems that may come up during this process of buying this company. Um, and the interesting thing was that the confidential human source is saying, well, there may be some better ways of doing this, but apparently that train had already left the station. It was too far down the path, and there were people involved in this who didn't want to change the path they were on. And it's interesting because they say that this guy's name, and I can't pronounce his name, but replied that Hunter Biden was not smart. And they say that throughout this document a couple of times, that Hunter was there and they just wanted to provide influence, or influence peddling, which is what the allegedly what the Bidens are being what they're saying the Bidens have done. And they're using Hunter to get through Joe, and they're saying, well, we'll just pay him off, and Hunter's not that smart. So as you get into the document a little bit, you'll see they continue to talk about this through they're trying to purchase this U.S. based natural gas company, and I did not see the name of that. And again, I will put this document, make it available for download in the video description. But this is around the time, and you may recall, where Joe Biden was bragging about getting a Ukrainian official fired from his post. I believe he was a judge, and because he was looking into some wrongdoing by Burisma, and they were trying to get Joe Biden And Joe Biden made a public statement about this guy being corrupt and he should be removed from office. And then there's another video out there where Joe Biden's bragging about the fact that he got this guy fired. And part of the reason for this is that they were trying to avoid any investigations that would happen because they wanted to buy this U.S. company and take it IPO. And I think the interesting thing is they say how Hunter Biden's not that smart, and they say it throughout this document. But they're also saying that Hunter is informing them that doing things this way would pay off far more in the long run. And so they're following Hunter Biden's advice. And here it is here. Don't worry, Hunter will take care of all those issues through his dad. They're trying to avoid the impropriety of an investigation. And so what you'll see a little bit later on, they actually talk about some money down here where they're saying it would take $50,000 to pay some attorney to get things rolling, and they laughed about that because they were saying, oh yeah, 50,000 is the same number as five because we'll pay Hunter five and the big guy five, or they're saying they would pay each Biden $5 million. A lot of money for someone who's vice president of the United States at that point in time. And then they're talking here about how they're saying that these payments would complicate the matters and Burisma should hire, they should just go out and do this through the normal channels and not get involved with the Bidens. Again, they say because although Hunter Biden was stupid and he was this guy's dog, Hunter Biden could be on board because he would help grease the wheels to make things go. And then there's actually a Russian term for greasing the wheels, and they use that term in conjunction with Hunter. And then they go into a little bit later. So this is a little bit later, and now Trump has been elected, and Biden is not vice president anymore, and they're very upset about this because they're worried about they already paid him. What are they going to get on their return for that investment? But the thing is that they were forced to pay the Bidens, and there's a number of instances within this document where they talk about they were forced to pay the Bidens, even though Trump had won the election. So again, none of this is all kind of speculation. So this is a human source saying the things that he believed happened. And so there's no proof, and now it's someone's job, the FBI's job, quite honestly, to go off and investigate this. But of course they didn't, and so now this is all coming to light, and it's just been crazy the amount of blockage and things that the FBI have done to keep this under the invest. In fact, the FBI at first would not even admit they had this document until Senator Grassley, who actually procured this document, and he's the one who released the document to the public, which is why I'm able to show it here. And also I'll make it available for download again. Here, they're actually talking about how these funds will go to the big guy. And everybody in that place understood that the big guy was Joe Biden. That was what was implied. And the other piece they talk about here is the shell companies that they had set up, and they're saying it would take them 10 years to find the records that would lead back to Joe Biden, assuming that actually ever happened. I have no idea, but that's what they're saying here. And so the thing is that these guys were kind of bragging about making payments to Hunter Biden. And apparently that's a very common thing within the Russia. And in fact, there's terminology that they will use within their financial statements that say, hey, yeah, this is a slush fund used for paying off people, because it's much more common, or maybe it's not so common in the United States, it's just better hidden. But there's terminology that talks about that. And then finally, we're getting towards the bottom of this document here. This is where they say there's text messages and recordings. So these Ukrainian folks knew they were getting in bed with some potentially very high level people in the United States, and there's a lot of repercussions that could happen because of this. And they're covering their trails, or covering their tails. And they say they've got a total of 17 recordings involving the Bidens, 2 with the big guy, 2 with Joe, and 15 with just Hunter. Um, it's crazy. They also have documents which document the wire transfers and bank records. And so, if anybody had taken the time to review this stuff in 2020, 3 years ago, where would we be today? It's crazy that it's taken this long for us to get there. But this document is devastating to the Bidens, and I think that there's a lot of potential truth to this. Whether or not it's actually true, I guess time will tell, and we'll find out. But now it's up to the members of Congress to dive deeper. As you know, the IRS whistleblowers were also in Congress this week digging into some of these things. And there's a video I just posted a little earlier today, and I'll put a link to that up here, where you can see what the whistleblowers are saying about the investigation into the Bidens from the IRS and how they were stonewalled uh, virtually from the beginning. So thanks for watching, and please leave a comment. I'd love to know what you have to say about this. Thanks for watching.